Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, what I like to do is to create videos that I would have found useful when I first started buying precious metals, silverware, jewelry, all sorts of treasures at garage sales and thrift shops. And one of the things that I commonly do is find myself staring at eBay at the wee hours of the night and buying things, which is what's happened here today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this one aside. This might be a follow-up video. It is very heavy. And normally when I buy things like this, I have some sort of idea of what I've purchased. In the case of this box, it was just so much stuff that looked kind of promising that I thought, you know what, I'll get it, and I won't actually get it because there's something that I'm really interested in. I'll get it just because there could be something good in it. It was not a very good set of pictures, but it was a lot of stuff. So this one should be interesting. And this one was also there at the same time. So I'm going to open this guy up first. This may be 2 or 3 videos, depending on if my phone can actually handle how long it takes to sort out all of this stuff. So let's open up this one first. Do it off screen here slightly. Okay. How did they do this? Did they just throw a bunch of pins? They just threw a bunch of stuff. Ow! Stabby. That's the problem with pins. Now, if you're new to my channel, you'll probably not know that I'm addicted to pins, and there's a lot of reasons for that. If you hang out at this channel for a while, you'll start to see why. One of the biggest is that I have found, for me personally, that this is one of my best sources of finding little bits and bobs of gold that people have overlooked, because it happens in pins quite a bit. But what we're going to do right now is we're just going to see what on earth I purchased, and we'll go through. I think the second lot I bought because I was just interested in what was going on. I mean, it's just kind of a bunch of weird stuff. Now, if you are new to digging through pin bins at thrift shops or garage sales, there's 2 things you're always going to want to bring with you. And you can see my keys here. Magnet. You want a magnet. And the magnet will tell you real quick if something is just steel that's plated. And the other thing you're always going to want, which can't really show on camera so much here, is a loop. And I like this one that I found at a thrift shop for $1 because it's got a light on it, which is very, very handy. We might deploy that off of camera. We will see. So without further ado, let's just start picking up stuff and having a look at what on earth is in here. So I think this is a scarf, like you put this on your scarf. Does it have words on it? It does say Lebo. This that you're seeing right here, indicative of gold plate. That sort of rough surface with the gold on top of it. You're definitely looking at gold plate when you're looking at something like that. Maybe even, yeah, see, this is why we have the magnet. I'll set this down here. See, I'm going to take the magnet. Boop. Oh, yeah, there you go. Well, okay, this is also a good example of where you're going to have steel in here because there's a spring. So the magnet's definitely going to stick to that. The question is, does the magnet stick to the rest of it? And it doesn't. Well, it does. There we go. Yep. So that piece is magnetic. I mean, we thought it was gold plate just from the texture, but the magnet confirms that is definitely some kind of steel or nickel-based base metal covered in possibly some gold. All right, let me zoom this back out. And man, we are definitely going to get a few videos out of this pile, aren't we? All right, let's just pick up random stuff. Little 3-leaf clover. Looks like a tie tack. And it is plated. What's this? What's that say on there? Hey. Sterling. Not bad. It's a good little chunk of sterling. Oh, and I paid, I think it was like $10.95. It was like, after shipping, it was like $10.95 on this pile. I know someone asked me in one of the comments what I actually paid for these things and what these things are worth. HQ HRA. So what do we got? Something quarter horse, probably 1981. What does that say? 24K gold plate. So here we actually have something telling us it's gold plate, and you get to see that rough gold plate surface I always talk about, which you will definitely, if you're doing this, you'll definitely pick up on. So that's just gold plate. Now, gold fill is definitely worth separating, but plate is not thick enough that it's worthwhile. What on earth is this? That's a thing, that is. It's a baby wizard staff. This is a new one on me. Of course, I haven't been doing this suit too terribly long, so what is going on here? That comes off. All right, someone in the comments is going to have to tell me what on earth is going on here. So what does this say? This says truth. Oh, and there's a little cross right there attached to this. Oh, that might say something too. Let's see if we can get it on camera here. That says cross of color. I wonder if that's magnetic. Oh, that could be silver. It's got the right look to it. This, I wonder if this is magnetic. Look at this truth thing. That is a good shine. But it is not gold. And this thing is not gold. I don't know what that is. If someone can tell me what that is, I would be most appreciative. I'm going to set that one aside up here. And we will continue going through. Ooh, Kmart. Now these are great. When you see these things, you definitely wanna do a double take, because these are little award pins. Generally, the stones mean, you've been there for 10 years or 5 years or something. The stones mean something generally. And there are different companies seem to have different stones that they'll give you at different times for being there. In this case, you might say this was, somebody got this for working at Kmart for 5 years. The thing about these is that they're virtually always at least gold fill, so there's a little bit of value to them, especially when you pile them up. And for those that are unaware, gold fill is where you take carat gold layers and you put a thick layer of carat gold on top of brass. So unlike electroplating, which actually just takes and puts microns of gold on the surface, gold fill actually has a fairly significant amount of gold contained, and it will even tell you what it is. These are probably gold fill, but we'll see. Maybe we got really lucky with this lot. What do we got? We have 1/5 10K. So what that means is that 1/5 of the metal content in this pin minus the pin bit is actually 10 karat gold. So that's a not insignificant amount of gold. Maybe I'll have to bust out my scale for these, and we'll do a gold fill video at some point. But the reason this looks so good and so shiny is because there's a lot of gold there, like a lot of gold there, considering that it's a Kmart pin. So that one is definitely worth putting into a pile that's on the side here. And let's keep going. That is a very interesting bit of costume jewelry. 15 batter with angel wings. Okay. set that one aside. So here's another one of these award pins, probably gold fill. Yep, 1/10. So 1/10 of the content there is 10 karat as opposed to 1/5. Let's just keep plowing through. President Junior class. I'm guessing that looks very much like it's just gold plate. Yep. Gold plate. Little angel. Okay, these things are very common, these little like angels. In fact, there's probably more of them in here, but we'll keep looking. Don't discount them. This one is definitely not real. You know, the stones in it show you that, and it's probably going to be, yeah. But these things sometimes end up being gold. In fact, I have one that I found the other day that is 10 karat gold. So, even though they're super common and you'll almost never find them, I have found these as gold a few times now, actually. So don't just dismiss them. Just a regular enamel pin. Disney. That's kind of creepy. Oh, is it an earring? It is an earring. That's a kind of a scary Christmas Minnie Mouse. All right, I'm gonna set that over here because I don't like it. We'll keep going. You can tell this is costume without going anything further because the stones are glued in. They'll be staked in, like the gold will be holding the stone in if it's real. That's not to say the back isn't real. Sometimes you've got backs that are, what is this back? Does that say something on it? It says, doesn't say 925 and it doesn't say silver or gold, so I don't care. But never look a earring horse in the mouth because sometimes they'll have gold backs. So they're definitely worth a second look or a closer look. Okay, let's continue. We have a little moon tie tack and stars. It says something on the back. What's it say? Avon. Lots of Avon jewelry. All right, there we go. 20 years with the Metro. So remember when I was talking a moment ago about how stones need to be staked in by the metal? That's what you've got going on there. So this indicates that this is definitely higher quality because that stone is held in by the metal. Now, oftentimes you'll get that with gold fill, and this is probably gold fill. So far, all of these have been gold fill, but you never quite know. Yep, 10 karat, 110, 10 karat gold fill. So, but that is an indication of quality. Ooh. Veterans of Foreign Wars. That's got quite the silver tone to it. Let's see. Boy, that does look like sterling. Let's hit it with the magnet. Nope. Just plate. Okay, that is clearly plate. It's got that look to it, and Avon. Anything that Avon makes that's actually better than just plate will say. I've seen a fair bit of Avon that's sterling, not so much that's gold. I don't know if they made gold. I assume they did. Oh, parent-teacher conference. These are usually... that does not look good. Usually these are frequently gold fill, but this one, when they're gold fill, they'll tell you. This one, though, does not look great for being fill. I think this one's just plate. If it was actually something better than just plate, generally you'll have a nicer catch on it. Although this one's pretty nice. I don't know. You know what? If we have some time, we'll throw that on the XRF machine. It's got a nice shine to it, doesn't it? Wouldn't that be a trip if that actually ends up being gold? Well, you know what? We'll see about tossing that on the magic machine. I don't know that I'm going to include it in this video, but I'll definitely include it by the end of the series where I go through the box and all of this. We may have a follow-up video after the series that's a magic machine, and that will go in the magic machine, the XRF machine, which will tell us if it is gold or just plate. All right, this is interesting. We have a stone in there. Yeah, there is a stone down in there, isn't there? What do you think? I'm getting excited for at least gold fill. Voop. Made in USA. All right. Boom. Nope. Just plate. All right. There's a good example of... there's a lot of this Eastern Star jewelry that's got lots of rhinestones. To see how the construction is all riveted together, you can tell real quick that this is not a very expensive piece. And if something isn't very expensive, it's not going to be made out of any kind of precious metal. Okay. That looks like it's just Canada. Yep. Just brass. We'll toss that over here. Oh. What else we got? Oh, this is kind of interesting. Looks like a stone was in there. Is that right? Oh, is there a stone in there? What am I looking at? I don't know. It looks like there might have been a stone glued in there at one point. It fell out. So you always want to take the back off before you check it with the magnet. I don't know. That's a weird one. Magnet doesn't seem to do anything to it. It's got a little shield on there. Well, maybe someone in the comments can tell me what's going on with that one. I am a little curious. I will set that aside. We'll have a closer look at that one later. Maybe after somebody tells me about it. Fraternal Order of the Eagles. Again, we're looking at low quality, so yeah. Not going to be precious metal. Just a regular gold plate pin. Oh. More gold fill PTA. I find these pretty commonly. In fact, the hilarious thing is if you've been watching my videos, I just found this exact same pin just the other day in a completely different lot that came from Hawaii. And this one came from, where did this one come from? California. These came from California. Okay, let's keep going. I think we have a lot of service pins. We've got University Copy Systems, and I don't know what they are, but these are gold fill, I think. Yep, gold fill, gold fill. Definitely doing well on the gold fill front. Ooh, this is cool. What do you think, silver? Had some gold on it at one point. Mexico sterling. Can't complain about that. It's our second piece of sterling out of here. All right, what do we got here? Rotary. International. More gold fill. Pretty good pile of gold fill coming out of this guy. All right, let's see here. All right. Little tie tack. Does not look super high quality. Guessing maybe sterling, but probably nothing. Sterling. Can't complain about that. Well, I guess it's better than I thought it was. It's probably just handmade there. All right, goes in our little sterling pile. Okay, what we got here? Some stones. Are the stones glued in or are they staked in? Those do not look staked in to me. Guessing we're not. Oh, yeah. That's a great example of gold plate, and I'll bet you it's going to get, yep, probably gold plate over steel. Okay. Now, what do we have left? We have the guard pin off of something. Again, you can tell that it's going to be plate because of the glued in stone. Yeah. And probably magnetic. All right, now we're left with something I don't understand. Something that's probably also gold fill, but... And then the last piece, which I think is the most exciting. Little elks. What do we got here? Gold fill. Hayward. It's a nice little set of cufflinks. Now, even though the cufflinks themselves may be gold filled, I tend to find the little elk faces are actually gold, usually, because they're just so tiny. Trying to make them out of gold fill is not really a possibility. So that's pretty cool. That's worth the whole lot, I think. Now, the thing I don't understand: why is E pluribus unum off center? What is this device? Looks like plate. Yeah, you can see where some of the plate's coming through here. I don't know what that is. But you know what? My neighbor likes to make every little weird thing I find into bolo pins or bolo ties. That'll make a cool bolo tie. All right, now the thing that's been exciting me the whole time that I've been waiting to have a look at is this guy. Because this guy looks really cool to me. Looks like a charm off of a charm bracelet. The Queen Mary. So that would have been a charm, probably, that was a souvenir to go on your charm bracelet when you went on the Queen Mary. These are usually at least sterling. Yep, sterling. What does that say? Huh. Can't make out. What is going on with that text? But silver, maybe? I'm not sure. But we have Queen Mary. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but that looks awfully lot like a steamship. And I feel like the Queen Mary is maybe a somewhat famous steamship. You're probably screaming at the screen something right now. But I think that's pretty cool. And we'll have to find out how cool exactly that is. All right, so we got sterling, 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 sterling. all gold fill right here. So looking pretty good on value here for our 10 bucks. I think this auction was something like that, maybe 15 after shipping. This guy, which we will check out, I think this is going to be plate. If you don't see a follow-up on this guy, then just assume it was plate because it's heavy, but I don't know. What do you think? If you don't see a follow-up, it was just plate. And then this thing, which, I don't know, it's weird. And that will wrap up this video. In the coming days, we'll also open up this box. I think I'm going to have to turn this box into at least 2 videos, though, because there's a lot of stuff in it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button for me. If you haven't yet, I hope I earned your subscription. And if you can, go out, spend a little time, and find yourself some treasure. Have a great one.